Hey everybody, welcome back to FinBear channel. Today is Tuesday, June 29th, and we are going over XLM. The chart that we have up right now is XLM USD, and that is on the Coinbase exchange. It's so important that when you're comparing charts that you have the same exchange as what you have your asset on, because if you don't, you're going to see different numbers than what you're expecting to see. And you got to understand that there's just like a swap and a difference sometimes between these exchanges. So for those of you who are very new to all this is a little tidbit for you guys and keeping track of things. This video is strictly going to be technical analysis based off my review of the chart and what the chart is telling me based off my knowledge of support and resistance, certain indicators, as well as different patterns that I've researched through the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, which you can actually find a link on in one of my previous videos. It's an amazing book. So here we go. Before I start any technical analysis, I always zoom out before I zoom in to see what the overall trend is for a certain asset. Because sometimes you can get muddied in the minutia when you go really, really small and you miss out on the bigger picture. So as we see here from the bigger picture, this is the weekly candles. There has been some steady growth and insane growth since 2020, which is indicative to almost every crypto token out there. In the past year and a half. It's been very interesting, very exciting. What is interesting though is that for most new investors, they're not prepared for these long red candles. They're used to these. And that's why it's so important to zoom out and appreciate where we came from to understand where we are going. These were huge gains. These were huge gains back in those days. So don't let this scare you. I mean, this had a huge gain. This went from, let me see here, low of 6 cents. XLM went from 6 cents on July 2020, and it closed out at a high of 11 cents and then got wiped out in September all the way back down to almost just shy of 7 cents. So this is normal. These red weeks and bearish cycles are normal. But what you can take comfort in, this is why I love technical analysis, is that there's always patterns. The market behaves in certain ways that is comfortable. Now, people will tell you technical analysis isn't 100% foolproof with crypto because it's so new. I disagree. I personally disagree, especially for the more stable altcoins. Now, if it's a brand new coin that somebody launched from their basement 20 days ago, okay, yeah, I'll give them some credence on that. But for these stable altcoins, there's still a flow to things. There's still things that make sense. And this I'm going to prove to you right here. So these are some lines that I drew out previously before we started. Here we have this horizontal line that I created at this top right here. Oh, I zoomed out. There we go. From here all the way through. What you notice here is at this top, at the peak of this wick, is now the peak of that wick a few weeks later. And then it dropped back down again. That is a sign of resistance. That is a resistance zone. It came back down. It then retested. It passed through it. But then the next day it dropped right back to what? That line again. But that line then turned into support. Price action went up, it went back down, and look here, these wicks, all three of these wicks, they touched back at that purple line again. If there weren't patterns, if there wasn't some consistency in technical analysis, why would they hit those lines and then bounce back again? This proves that technical analysis is viable when assessing crypto. Here are some more recent lines I'm creating to basically map out what's going to happen here with XLM. You have this wick right here, this wick right here. Here it opened again, and here just last week the wick touched it again. So that is an area of support for us. It was once resistance, it then became support, and it is support again. Now, with that being said, I have a feeling that price action might not be done dropping, but I think that there's a high probability that 20 cents might be our strong area. That might be our bottom. We might wick below it, and maybe a wick might touch 12 down here, but I don't foresee us closing below 20 on a week, and that's good news. Here we have another wick situation, one wick, two wick, candle open, so resistance, push through, open, so it's now support. It went up. Guess what? See this wick? It went down. It hit this line again. Support. Up here, this wick, it went all the way down, hit this line again. Support, because it bounced right back. Here, support, bounced right back up. Here, it closed, and then it bounced up again, and then it went through. So these are good things. These are things to see like, okay, there is a pattern. There is structure to this. It's not all chaos. Here also what we can look at is, see how this Bollinger Band, these Bollinger Bands, which are this line, and this line. So it's green, cream, and green again. So see how it was really tight on those candles, and then it broke out, and the price action has been riding that top green line the whole time. Here it touched down. Right here, it actually touched that middle line, then bounced back up to the top green line. And now it's hit the top green line and it's bounced it back down to the middle line. And now, just now, the weekly is touching this section here. I would not be surprised if the next few weeks we see some yo-yoing between 38 cents and 20 cents, while this Bollinger Band here and this Bollinger Band all condense back, and we see some of this action happening again, just for a few weeks before a big move up happens again. I don't think crypto is disappearing. I don't think XLM is going anywhere, behind us. It is the future. XLM has such amazing rate speeds and such. There's a reason why Visa is looking to partner with them. There's so many good things about XLM and its utility that it can only go up. So for me personally, I'm taking advantage of this dip, because I don't think we're going to see this low of a number again. So take advantage of it. Here we have on the daily, as we can see, we've been ripping. We've been rebounding, coming back strong. The stock, believe it or not, even though this is kind of consolidation, as you see, it's gone up, it's gone down, consolidated, gone up even higher, consolidated a bit. Well, when it goes down, consolidates, gone up again, gone down, consolidate. What do we think is going to happen again, especially with the stock and the RSI already feeling good to make another move? I think it's going to continue up. Now, with that being said, here the RSI is at 83. Here the RSI is at 79. Here the RSI is at 71. So I don't think that this interim run, this short-term run, is done. I think that we still have a little bit more movement to go, where price action is going to go higher before we have a downward play. Not a hard downward play, but just a sliver downward play. Like I said, I have a feeling we are going to bound between 20 and 38. So that is my review, my TA on this token that I am personally invested in, that I truly love. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think about the project? What do you think about price action? Where do you think its upper limits are? What's your exit strategy? I'd love to have a conversation about this token and many others. So if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That way I continue doing more videos like this on this token. And I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're doing awesome things. It's a summer. Enjoy yourself. And as always, let's go make some money.